Good afternoon, everyone. I am just going to give it about a minute just to allow people to filter onto the event. And we are also streaming live on Facebook as well. So I'm just going to wait for people to tune into there as well. So just for people coming in, we haven't started the webinar yet. We're just waiting for people to filter into the webinar session. So I'll give it about a minute. So again, we haven't started the webinar yet. We're just waiting for people to come on to the webinar session. Please let us know in the chat if you can see us okay, if you can hear us okay, just so we can work out any kinks before we actually start the webinar. All right, so it's 12:01. So I know that was a little bit of a quick waiting period there in the beginning there, but we do only have a half an hour. So I'm going to get started on the webinar. Again, for people who are just joining us now, welcome to the webinar session today. My name is Sandra, and I will be helping to moderate the event. If you have any questions in regards to audio and video, if you're having technical difficulties, please feel free to reach out to me in the chat. I'm more than happy to help you there. And I'm also going to be helping to moderate the Q&A at the end of the webinar. So if you have any questions, there's a little box at the bottom of your Zoom screen named Q&A. If you can please post your questions in there, and we'll try our very best to answer all of them at the end. And we will be leaving some contact information at the end for questions that haven't been answered. So you're more than welcome to reach out to either of our speakers for any questions that you may have. Today, our topic is recruiting outside the box with Guhuza.com, and we are joined by two speakers from Guhuza, Marc Belaiche, president of Guhuza.com, and Dianne Hunnam-Jones, Guhuza's chief revenue officer. Again, if you have any questions, please post them into the Q&A box at the bottom of the Zoom screen. And if you have any technical difficulties, just reach out to me in the chat and I can help you there. And I think that's all from my end. So I'll just stop sharing my screen and I'll pass it over to Dianne.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for attending the webinar today. Marc and I are super excited to share with you our thoughts around recruiting outside the box. And I'm going to let Marc go ahead and start off with an introduction, and then I'll jump in and share my screen and we'll go through a little bit more content. So welcome.
Great, thanks, Dianne. Thanks for attending, everybody. Today, we're going to cover a lot of stuff in the next half hour or so, and we're going to try to make it very quick. So feel free to take notes and ask questions at the end. I've been in the recruiting business for over 25 years. I can't say I've seen everything. Certainly the last 2 or 3 years have been unusual, to say the least. There's always something new, but it's been an interesting part of my career in the recruiting industry. Introducing Dianne, Guhuza's Chief Revenue Officer, who will kick off our webinar.
Well, recruiting outside the box, that's the topic today. And you're all here because you obviously have some interest in recruiting and hiring. So I've been in the recruitment business for many, many years. Love this field, but must say the last few years have been particularly difficult for everybody, given the pandemic and the shift to online. So what we're going to cover today is we're going to talk about recruiting outside the box. We're going to talk about why you need this paradigm shift. We're going to introduce you to Guhuza. And again, I'm just going to reiterate, if you want to have any questions, please go ahead to just drop them in the chat, as Sandra indicated. So I want to talk a little bit about the phrase the phrase outside the box. Has anybody seen the 9-dot puzzle before? This I'm going to give credit to a psychologist, J.P. Guilford. In 1970, he used this exercise to enhance creativity. And if you look at those 9 dots and you see the puzzle in front of you, most people try to connect those dots by staying within the box. To advance creativity, you need to be thinking outside the box. So if we go back to see how you do it, you'll see the arrows go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see you're going outside the confines of that box. And really, when we think about the recruitment landscape today, this is what we at Guhuza did. Back in 2019, we took a look at what was going on and we thought we have to do something different. We have to face this recruitment challenge in a different way. So we thought outside the box, and we've come up with Guhuza for you. And when we think of some of the challenges in the current recruitment landscape, you could think about things like time wasted, time to write and post a job description, reviewing your applications and resumes. If you're in the hiring seat, you know what I'm talking about. This takes a lot of time. Scheduling the interviews backwards and forwards, conducting the interviews, testing, background checks, offer negotiation, only to be faced with ghosting. So you have to start the process all over again. So it's an interesting thing that stats show it takes on average at least 36 days to fill an open position. And the more senior the position, the longer that time frame is. And when you think about the low unemployment rate across North America today, that time frame is extending more and more. And I don't know about you, but who in your business has time to wait? 36 days is a long time. And then on the flip side, if you think about being a job seeker, if we have any job seekers on the line today, you spend a lot of time going on job boards, reviewing job descriptions, creating a resume to match that job description, writing a wonderful cover letter, only to hear back from a mere 25% of people. And often those 25% you hear back from are the automated message, thanks for your resume, we'll get back to you. So it's a very frustrating process. And then we couple this all with the job board industry. Hasn't changed in 20 years. It's been pretty much the same. So in all reality, when we sat down and thought outside the box about recruiting outside the box, we know that employers and job seekers do not have the patience anymore to go through that lengthy recruiting process that they once used to. They want speed to connect, and you want to hire interested job seekers immediately without wasting any more time. So, introducing you to Guhuza. Guhuza will eliminate steps in your process. Guhuza will eliminate those steps you see on our screen right now. We're going to show you how you can hire instantaneously and increase the velocity in your hiring process. It is not a job board. I'm going to say that up front. Guhuza is a hiring and staffing platform, and it will save you time by eliminating most of those steps in the hiring process. We use artificial intelligence matching technology to do this. Guhuza also gives you an opportunity to conduct assessments, background checks, all within the system. So you can take a look here and you can see straight away from uploading your job description, our matching technology goes to work. You interview live on our platform in one spot within minutes. That is the beauty of this platform. Then you can go ahead and you can do some automated assessment, seeing if anybody you want to test them on Excel, you want to test their customer service skills. You can immediately do that in the system, as well as access background checks within the system, push of a button, and then hire your candidate, all within minutes. So that is thinking outside the box and being creative. So let me take you quick little tour on how this works. And then I'm going to hand over to Marc to actually show you our system. So how it works, you go ahead, you upload your job description into the system. It's very simple, and Marc will show you how easy it is done. And then our AI technology goes to work. What our technology does is it goes out and it uses our matching criteria to find all the candidates or the job seekers that match your job description. It then ranks them, and it goes and it pings out, it wakes up the phones and the emails of all those potential job seekers. So on the left of my screen, you'll see that's a sample email. It also comes through as a text saying a client is ready to interview right now. Are you interested? Candidate gets the opportunity, job seeker gets the opportunity to review the job description, make sure this is something that they really want, and they go click of a button, yes, I'm ready, quickly fix my hair, my makeup, put on my jacket, and I'm ready to go. The job seeker then will enter the waiting room because now they've accepted that they want to interview with the employer. The employer on the right-hand side of my screen, you will see, gets notified the moment there are job seekers in the waiting room. The employer then gets to review the profiles very quickly of the job seekers, and then decide who they're going to interview. And then they will push the button and start interviewing live on the platform, which we will show you in a moment. But this is all happening in a matter of minutes. And when you go back to where I started, that we had to think outside the box, because nobody wants to waste time anymore in the recruiting process. Thinking outside the box, we shortened the cycle down to mere minutes. And I think our goal really is to make sure that you can have your position filled within 24 hours. We believe that our platform reduces the time to hire by at least 90%. It will move you through the process really quickly. So when you start to think outside the box, we want you to think Guhuza, and I'm going to hand off now to Marc to show you how the system works.
Terrific. Well, thanks, Dianne. I'm going to just share my screen now. And right now, I'm going to walk you through just the registration process. I'm going to skip over a lot of things that you can probably figure out on your own, but show you the key things of what the platform does here. So if I can share my screen here, there we go. All right, can you guys see it?
We sure can.
Okay, terrific. So I'll walk you through the registration process and then give you the idea of all the different options that you have. So on the platform, as Dianne mentioned, employers can upload a job, push a button, and the platform sends out notifications, as she just mentioned. So I'm going to show you how that happens from an employer's perspective. So I've gone to the liberty of just making a registration before a company registration. So I put in quite a bit of a shell. So if you don't have any information, it'll tell you what areas need to be done. So I'm just going to show you some of the areas. Verifying your phone number, uploading your profile picture will help candidates see, what you look like and what you're all about before the interview and during the interview. You can also upload your company's logo, so you can see job seekers can see your company. Maybe they might recognize your logo, but at least it connects you closer with the job seeker right off the bat. So here I am, I'm on my main page or account page, and there's various options here. So I'm going to start with some of the more easier things. So I'm going to show you my jobs first off, or I want to add a new job. So what I can do is I can add a new job in two different ways. I can upload a job description. So say I'm going to call this recruitment consultant. Recruitment consultant. Okay, recruitment consultant. So I can upload a job description if I want and just go into next, and I can click and drag it into here. I also have the option of just composing my job description or copy and pasting it. So we know that some people don't have a job description that's in a Word format. Sometimes they want to make it up on the fly. Sometimes they want to copy and paste and then edit. So we give you all those options to do. You can copy and paste your job description here. You can edit it. There's different headers, the usual things that you might find on Microsoft Word. So I took the opportunity beforehand to go through this process. So I would assume that most people would know uploading it or copying and pasting it here. So here I am. I got the recruitment consultant role that I put together. I can edit it from here, or I can come to this main page. So I'm going to come back to this one because we got a great video that will demonstrate this, but I just kind of wanted to show you the lay of the land. In addition, in my account, there's other things that I can do here, and I can access these through either my account or on my main account page. So I'm gonna go with skills test. So this is what makes Guhuza a little bit different because we have simplified the whole process. So if you want to provide a test to somebody, a job seeker that you're interviewing, that you're interested in, all you need to do is there's several different ways of getting to here, but one is through the account page, another one is through the plans and services. They all take you to the same area. So I want to shop now. So we have over 500 tests on here that you can use. Everything from Lotus, which I know is very old, to Excel, to accounting. So I'm just going to use accounting. Okay, and here are the different accounting tests that we have. everything from statements to QuickBooks to Dynamics, Sage, NetSuite. And if you just want a basic bookkeeper one, you just click through buy, and then you can order it directly through the platform, and that's it. And what'll happen is as soon as you buy it, you send it through to our system sends it through to the job seeker. They can fill it out online. They can take the test on their own, and the results, once they've submitted the test, they finish the test and they submit, we get the answers right away, right into your account. You'll get the job candidate test results or the scores, and you can download it. And you'll also get an email that will tell you that the test results are done. So that's number one. Again, if you have any questions, just throw them in the chat, and we'll be able to answer the questions here as we go on. Now, the second thing that we can do also is you can do background checks. So I'm going to go back into here. Again, I can go into background screening here. I can go through my account and background screening. Again, there's a number of different background tests on here, and you can do one or the other or nothing at all. You can do just the interviews. There's lots of flexibility here in what you need, what your requirements are. So I'm going to buy now. Sorry, I'm going to take this out. And say I want to do a Canadian criminal record check. So again, same thing. I just click buy, and then it takes me through. I need to do an identity verification as well when I'm doing a Canadian criminal record check, and then just go through the process and buy. Now, there's also other tests here. So if you want a criminal check in Quebec, we also have driver's abstract in Canada. If you want to hire a driver, educational verification, if there's certain degree or whatever that's been done, enhanced Canadian criminal record check, and so on. So really good stuff. I especially like the soft check because it goes through and covers all the different areas that for somebody in the public domain. So it looks at publicly available records, real-time search of 200,000 databases from over 200 countries. Really great check and very inexpensive at $20. You know, people say, well, why should I do this? I kind of know the person. Well, do you know the person? You know, why not do the extra layer of checking? So now I'm going to turn it over to the star feature of Guhuza, which is the live interview feature. So coming back to my jobs, I have uploaded my job. I can edit it from here. And now I'm going to find candidates. So this is the cool part. This is the star feature, as I said. So before you start, there's a few tips in here that we've come up with. I know it seems like a lot, but we want you to be as informed as possible about maximizing the platform, maximizing when to do it. So for now, the best results are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Friday. You can do it at other times, but we don't always text people outside of these hours because we don't want to wake them up and they're not going to be too happy with us and they're not going to be too happy with you. So make sure the job posting, so immediacy, and so on and so forth. When you're ready to start interviewing, there's more tips on here. So we've just added some tips to get you started because it is a new platform. As our CTO Ray says, you know, this is a paradigm shift in what people are doing and how they find people and how people want to find jobs and how they want to be alerted. We're finding that less and less people want to go through lengthy job descriptions and pages and pages and apply and get their cover letter, as all the things that Dianne had said, tweaking their resume and pushing that submit button, getting their hopes up, and they never hear back. So they will only hear from you after you push this button. So again, there's different areas, different tips, and so on. And the candidates will show up here after we do this. So I'm not going to push the Find Candidates button because we've got a great video to show you how it actually works. But the big thing is you're able to view the resumes while you're interviewing live. You can record the meetings. You can modify your background. There's background behind you. And I'll now turn it over back to Dianne to show the video.
Yeah, I did a demo once where what I did is I pushed live and we had live people coming on the screen. So we figured at that stage we should stop doing that. We should do a pre-recorder because you don't want to get anybody's hopes up that there's a job out there because, as I said, it takes mere minutes that the texts go out, people come into your waiting room, and away you go. So let's have a quick peek. This is a little setup one we did with one of our internal employees. So I was looking for an admin assistant. I can see who it is. It's got my distance. I can take a look at her resume. I can start my interview. She joined the meeting, and away we go. Done. See how happy she is? That's the best part of it. So very short, quick visualization for all of you on how quickly it works and how effective it is. And I know that, we at Guhuza use the platform ourselves to find people. And every time we do it, we're just amazed at how people are enthusiastic when you say, so you got a text and you jump straight online to do an interview. They're like, absolutely. If somebody wants to hire straight away, I'm motivated, I'm there. So it works really, really well. Back to you, Mark.
Excellent. Thanks, Dianne. So I'm just going to go back to my screen here for a second, and I'm just going to show you, we're really at the conclusion stage. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and we'll cover them off in a few minutes. We've got about 10 minutes left here. So first off, Guhuza is unique. While many platforms could provide similar services, Guhuza is the only platform where you can get all these services in one spot. So you don't have to have multiple logins and so on. And really, we've designed this thing to reduce your time to find candidates. So I'm going to show you the different plans and services, and just go to here, plans and pricing, because you're probably wondering. So I showed you the tests and the background checks that you can do. The pricing is all there on the different pages. We've really created some very introductory pricing for everybody, and especially small to medium-sized businesses, which we're really thinking that this will save a lot of time for. But if you need bigger plans, you can contact us, and we have that down here on our 10 positions contact sales. But what we've designed is everybody gets, just for creating an account, you get free 30 minutes of free interview time, and these are topped up on your renewal, your monthly renewal. So if you get 30 minutes at the beginning, you do 15 minutes of interview time, you'll get topped back up to 30 minutes at the beginning of the renewal date. So if you do it on today, in 30 days or 31 days from now, you'll get topped up. Now, what do interview minutes mean? Well, interview minutes is only time that you spend on actually interviewing a candidate. We don't charge you for running that find candidates or for doing anything. We're delivering to you results, because what we hear, we said we're not a job board. What we hear is that people can be frustrated because they paid for a job posting, they didn't get the right candidates, but they got to pay anyways. Well, we only get paid if there are results for you. If we deliver candidates to your inbox, or not inbox, but to your account. So really important differentiator. And then we have the next plan up, search suitable for 1 to 2 open positions per month. And these, you get 180 interview minutes that are topped up each month. So that's 3 hours of time right off the bat. And we thought this would be good for 1 to 2 open positions that you might have. So generally 1 to 10 employees, if you have, or 1 or 2 open positions, I should say. If you have 2 to 5 open positions on average, you'll probably need 9 to the 540 divided by 60 is you get 9 hours of interview time. That's a lot. But if you got 2 to 5 open positions, you're going to be doing quite a bit of interviewing. And then we thought that for companies that are between 51 to 100 employees, this one's probably good for 11 to 50 employees. In the 51 to 100 employees, you probably have 6 to 10 open positions on average. And this one, we give you 40 hours of interview time. So lots of time there. And these are early pricing. So if you want to do it, now's the time. It's great. You probably think that, oh, why is it so low or whatever? We're trying to do it to encourage you to try it. So we're giving you free 30 minutes. You can't lose. And then billed annually. There's also options that you can do annual areas. Now, this platform is powered by TorontoJobs.ca. It means that in addition to Guhuza resumes, you get access to the Toronto Jobs database through this. So and also other databases as well. So you're going to get a lot of resumes, and you're going to get a lot of opportunity. And now as we build it, we'll have more and more resumes as we continue to build it, because we've been building this for 2 years now. And I just want to wrap up with, Guhuza has been designed by a team of recruiters and developers and job board industry professionals who have over 150 years of experience. So we know what employers are looking for. We know what candidates are looking for, and we're continuing to build it. So I want to thank you. We'll take some questions now. I want to thank you for your time, for being on and watching, and I'll turn it back over to Sandra.
Hi there. So yes, so as Marc mentioned, we are heading into the Q&A section of the webinar, and we do actually have a couple of questions here, so I'll pull that up. The first question that we have is, where are you sourcing your candidates from?
Yeah, so it might have been a question that was asked or was thought about before I just mentioned it. But yeah, we get our candidates from a number of places. We get candidates that upload their resumes on Guhuza. We're doing a candidate webinar in a couple of weeks. So we continue to get, really from day one, because we're really hammering on different areas, but really from day one, we have been getting resumes posted to the Guhuza platform. But to supplement that, as Guhuza is powered by TorontoJobs.ca, we integrate the database from there, the resume database from there. So you're actually getting a double benefit. And then we also have many other partners that we're accessing the resume. So basically these three areas, they result in a good pool of candidates that you can get the best candidates available in the market. And I should say also that while this is new and could be expanded, right now we're really targeting the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area. And once we get this really set up, which is the third largest market in North America as far as the recruiting side, behind New York and Los Angeles, then we'll continue to have a bigger and more access to resumes. But for now, really, we're trying to pin down Toronto, the Greater Toronto Area, as much as possible. So if you're an employer from Toronto, this is a good platform for you to try it out. At least just try it. I don't think you'll ever try a different platform after this. I'm putting being a little bit, whatever. But hey, I use it we use it all the time on our end, just to get things through and try to.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question that I have here is, what is your matching AI technology based on? Is it on location, skill set, etc.?
Yeah, I'll grab that one, Sandra. Thank you so much. So we definitely use state-of-the-art AI technology. And I'll just let you know, we went to market before we got this going with our CTO, Ray, and we researched which technology would be the best, and we only chose the best. And the thing with AI technology, it always learns from previous searches. So the more it gets used, the better and more effective it becomes. And the beauty of it is that we sort of piggybacked on technology that was already working well. And now we've had a couple of years doing it ourselves. It's working extremely well. So we base our matches on comparing the job description with our database of resumes. So it's job description first. We could go location first, but what we have found is that with the new world of hybrid remote, a company might think they're starting off on I want this in office only, and then eventually it ends up hybrid or remote. So what we do is, you remember I would have said that the candidate gets to view the job description themselves. So the matching goes out to all the candidates that match the job description. But if a candidate is living in Vancouver and they get a job that's in Toronto, they're not going to accept that interview because it says in office in Toronto. So just so you know, that's how we do it. It's based on the job description. So when Marc showed you the job description piece on the board, as much detail as possible gives you the better matches. It definitely is a paradigm shift in how we go about recruiting, relying on technology to do it, but it definitely will save you the time for sure.
Okay, the other question that we have here is, who are your competitors in this space?
So I can take that one on, Dan, and thanks, Sandra. There's a lot of competitors in the overall recruitment space. Everything from job boards to recruiting staffing firms and so on. What we have found, and we do a lot of research on who's doing what, and generally they can be in one of those segments that I just mentioned. But what we have seen is that Guhuza is a different type of platform, and we don't think that there's really anything that compares to Guhuza from the live interview side to the platform of tests and background checks, just all on one platform. We're actually in a new segment in the recruiting space called staffing platforms. And this is a somewhat of a new section within the recruitment space, but there's a lot of different concepts and job boards, or not job boards, concepts and technology that's in that staffing platform space, but not to this extent. So, really technology and employer and job seeker expectations have changed a lot, especially through COVID. And Guhuza delivers a platform that works for both customers. And when I say customers, I'm talking about employers and job seekers. We're not just fixing one problem, we're fixing two problems, two sets of problems, and many subsets within those problems.
Okay, and just we have a comment here in the chat section. I am in a very niche healthcare profession. Candidates are used to preparing. This will be a surprise to have immediate access to an interview. So just wondering if either of you would like to comment on perhaps the last part of that, the surprise section of that sort of comment.
I'll take this one, Dianne, and maybe you want to add some comments here as well. But we found that the speed is more important than the process. So over the years, when I started in the recruiting space, interviews were very formal. You went to a company and they did the interview, they called you in, and so on and so forth. And then over the years, the professionalism, not professionalism, but the business attire and the speed at which people want to be working with has drastically changed. To the point that, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, it started with people interviewing in their cars and or at shopping malls, or it was less formal. And to this day, we're very, very informal, and people are generally ready to go. Now, we may miss somebody because they're just coming out of a shower, or they may be, sleeping, or they may be whatever, and they may not be ready for an interview. But the reality is, a lot of people have become, they'd rather get the speed in an interview, especially if somebody's trying to get a job starting tomorrow. Like, they're getting anxious, they want a job, they want to make money, and so on. They might sacrifice the, being super, super prepared in place of, in a place of an opportunity to get a job. So we might miss some people, but it is what it is. How does that sound, Dianne? Any other comments to add on that one?
Yeah, and I would liken it a little bit to Uber. If you want an Uber car, you're pushing immediately on who's ever in the area is coming to you. So if you think about looking for a candidate, you find the candidate who's ever available, ready, will be the candidate that comes to you. Remember, we didn't explain this, but Guhuza comes from the Rwandan word to connect. And the whole goal of the Guhuza staffing platform is to connect you. So if you connect with somebody very quickly, you can do a quick 5-minute discussion and go, yep, I like you. Let's do a more in-depth one when you're ready to be prepared, if you have to come with case studies or whatever. But remember, the goal is the quick connection, the speed of connection. So that's how I would handle that one.
Yeah, and just as a quick subset, people have asked us, well, what if you want to schedule an interview at a future time? Well, the whole point of Guhuza is the immediacy of it. Like, if you want to hire somebody and fill a position as quickly as possible, it's the here and now. If we schedule an interview, and we may at some point, we might incorporate that as a future round, but if you really want to fill a position quickly, if you schedule it for somewhere down the road, the whole ghosting phenomenon is going to happen again. So you're not much further ahead with Guhuza. It's the here and now. You don't, you want to hire somebody, you do it now.
Yep.
Okay, so we are past the 12:30 mark, so I'm just going to wrap things up here. I don't know if there's anything else either of you would like to add just before we close things out. I'm going to repost the contact information here for anyone who would like to contact Marc or Dianne after the webinar.
Yeah, I would just say, if you do want to book a demo, there's various points on the website. Sandra's going to share it. But if you forget or you don't remember, there's numerous places on the website where you can book a demo with us, and we'd be happy to show you more individual, and we'd be happy to help you out.
And I'll just close with, remember those 9 dots and join in them. Don't stay in the box, go out of the box. And Guhuza is out of the box. So I welcome you to reach out for a demo at any stage. Thanks so much for joining us. And thank you, Sandra, for moderating so beautifully.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for their time.